We have just finished our very first session of Guilty Gear Strive. It was an absolutely phenomenal time. The game is not at all like I expected. I was expecting like chain combos like Marvel and light, medium, heavy moves like Street Fighter, and just none of that. Guilty Gear is its own beast and I love it. It's not what I expected, but I think it's definitely got tons of potential for greatness. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a few tips so you can just get straight in there and actually figure out what the hell's going on, because they don't tell you anything in the tutorial. All right, 5 easy tips coming in hot. Alright, so let's go ahead and knock this one right out of the park. Pick anybody you want. This game is all about freedom of expression and just tackling situations the way that you want to tackle them. Each character to me feels like a toolkit that you can really manipulate the way you want to, with the roaming canceled and the defensive systems as well. Alright, now with that though, be sure that you are aware some characters are beginner friendly. You'll see the little stars under their character model to let you know how easy or hard they are. I mean, everyone for the most part makes sense, except for like I would say Zato or like Potemkin and Nagoriyuki, mostly because they're like tampering with some of the fundamental aspects of the game. But even so, there's not anything on the surface level you're not really gonna understand. But besides those characters, just try whoever you want. Everyone's great in their own unique way. Go for it. And then before you get into a match, go ahead and set up your buttons. That's the most important part, especially if it's your first time like me. You need to set up a couple things. There is an actual dash micro. You can press forward and back while airborne and air dash and do your dashes on the ground, but I suggest you go ahead and put that macro button. I think the default is L3. Put it somewhere more convenient from you. If you're coming from Dragon Ball, you know where you want to go. Okay, set that up because you're not going to want to be worrying about inputting directions while you're mid-air, as well as what attack you want to do. I played without the dash macro, and it definitely felt like it's not something you want to not have accessible at all times. And also, if it's your first Guilty Gear game, you may be wondering what the hell is dust. Dust is basically your universal overhead, universal sweep. It's not something you're going to be using too often. You also grab from it though. So if you're trying to get better at taking grabs, don't put it somewhere where you won't have your fingers placed, all right? Next thing, and this is key, a lot of people are gonna be jumping. It's early in the game, no one knows what's safe. You need to find 2 buttons, okay? And I recommend you look out the command list because they have everything you need right there. They have little videos and shit too to tell you how to set stuff up. So 2 things you need to find. Find your anti-air, okay? The button that stops them from air dashing at you basically, and then find your air-to-air button. Whenever you decide to contest that airborne, figure out which one of your jumping aerials is really gonna like stuff their approach, because I was getting jumped in on, and as soon as I figured out what button was good to go there, I was able to start converting and getting damage in spots and stop getting ran over, because it is very easy to go overrun in this game. It's very new. There's a million things going on. And lastly, because of the roaming cancel system, if you can think it, you can probably do it. I wouldn't say spend too much time in the lab, especially starting off, because you're just going to run into a bunch of different situations. Like I said before, this game's really about just each character fumbling with the system mechanics in a very unique fashion. So you'll figure out how to get your big damage and conversions as you play. You really just need to get used to the flow of the game, I would at least say, for the first part. And for the last tip here, I cannot stress this enough. My boy Rufamonger's already put out a beginner tutorial. He's covered everything. The tutorial in the game tells you literally nothing. I've told you a couple things to get you in there, but if you really want to make sure you're getting the full Strive experience for this open beta, we do only have 4 days. Please check out Rufamonger's beginner guide. It is phenomenal, and it got me definitely most of my wits to dice. So yeah. I'm also going to be uploading some gameplay I had with Soul, so be sure to stick around for that. It'll be probably not too much later after this video, but besides that, guys, go out there and have a great time. Live, learn, and love the way of the game, or the smell of the game. Woo! Oh. I went for the big read. Ha! Nani? Okay. Won our second match. Hit it.